So again, good afternoon everyone, and for a while medyo lugay-lugay pa nakabalik sa ato ang klase. So although we have gone so far based dito sa ating assignments, we had our lectures since proteins. Dito tayo nag-stop nag-recording, and I have already sent you vitamins, minerals, enzymes. So madami na actually, and most of you already have actually answered. Pero kasi since we are recording our discussion, so we can actually we should actually continue then, no? Okay, so last time we talked about the different proteins, no, and its structure. So since sa inyong subject, which is animal nutrition, we will focus on the different feeds of animals. So part of it is knowing the different nutrient content. So, and we discussed already energy sources like carbohydrates and lipids, ba? Tama ba ko? The way? Ayan, carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. So, medyo dugay pa ta. Anyways, we don't need to finish everything naman, recording, kasi we're almost done, and hopefully masend ko lahat ng assignments ninyo, no? So these are the nucleic acids and continuations of proteins, no? And last time also we have different so these are the different topics in this chapter, which is proteins, amino acids, peptides, what are the structures ng proteins, yung mga conjugated, globular, then properties, classification, and we are already here in nucleic acid. And now I forgot asa na ta. Ano ito na portion? Dere, 14 I think. 14 or 47. Am I correct? Way. Yeah. So 4.7. So what are these nucleic acids? Yeah, I'm recording. So these are proteins, of course, na merong very high molecular weight. So please always be reminded that all compounds, all chemical constituents, and organic compounds are measured based on their molecular weight, no? Ang weight ng kanilang molecular, no? And nucleic acids are one of the compounds that has high molecular weights, and they have therefore very fundamental roles sa living organism, especially sa pag-store ng genetic or information. And we all know that even in humans, diba? Nucleic acids, in which this is utilized for the protein synthesis, and also it is hydrolyzed into nucleic acids, and mga basic nitrogenous compounds like such as purines, pyrimidines, pentose, deoxyribose, and phosphoric acid. Ito yung mga main pyrimidines which are found in nucleic acids like cytosine, thymine, and uracil. These are the main mga genetic information proteins natin. And yes, and these are shown, the structures are shown here. Now this is pyrimidine, cytosine, thymine, uracil, adenine, and guanine. No. So almost at first looks like the same, no, but it's actually different, of course. So you just have, if you are a chemist, you have really to familiarize all the structure, no? But this is just to let you understand na lahat ng structure ay magkaiba talaga, no? These are this is pentose or nucleoside. For example, this one, the adenine, ito yung structure ng adenine, ribose naman, and adenosine, no? So, but these are the molecules found, no? We have the amines, no? Nitrogen, the hydroxyl group. Yes. So nucleosides naman, like adenosine, they have phosphoric acids like nucleotides, or the AMP, or the adenosine monophosphate, and it looks like this. So what are these structures? Again, these are very important structure in our genetic makeup. So these are called polynucleotides na merong very high molecular weight and are measured in millions. And they have RNA, or the ribonucleic acids, and deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA. And of course, you know what DNA means and RNA means. So they have structure in double strand, spiral, or helix. And these are, again, phosphate groups na merong mga 4 bases attachment like the cytosine, thymine, adenine, guanine, and have strands of hydrogen bonds, and so on. So these are DNA, which is the genetic material, is found in the nuclei of the cells of the chromosome structure natin, nasa ating chromosome. And they have types, the ribonucleic acid, based sa kanilang molecular size and functions. So they actually differ, no? In as you can see here, we have all the A is the adenine, T, thymine, C, cytosine, and G is guanine. So they look like a ladder, as you can see. This is an example of the diagram of a DNA molecule in which all the 4 bases are arranged, the ATCG. So always remember the ATCG, or the adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. And they are all held by or bonds by hydrogen, which are the dotted lines here. So if you have read this already, so and most of you maybe have already understand. And they also have sugar moiety and nitrogen base. So mostly this is just to, you know, to identify structures in RNA and DNA in types in structure, no? So there are also other nitrogenous compounds, no? Like other than mga proteins and nucleic acids na meron sa ating plants and animals, and these are called free amino acids, and these are formed in such as glutamic acid, aspartic acid, alanine, serine, glycine, and proline. These are all amino acids. Also lipids, amines, amides, purines, pyrimidines, nitrates, and alkaloids, and B complex even, no? And yeah, there's a lot. Itong book na ito is very detailed na nga, no? But these are not all detailed. So they have discussed and chosen amines as one characteristic found in animals tissues, and they when they are decomposed in decaying organic matter, they have toxic properties, no? And ito yung mga actually being produced by microorganisms through decarboxylation ng amino acids, and they are also produced in the rumen of animals, no? And in fermented foods such as cheese, wine, sauerkraut, and sausage. So, 'di ba, medyo maasim. So, merong mga amines yan, and very toxic, kaya yung nitric oxide nang ginagamit for the preservation ng ating mga meat products such as chorizo, ano sa pa na? Anong favorite ninyo na bacon and everything. So, nanay siya mga nitric oxide, but in allowable level. Actually, wala na siya allowable level, no? And it should be banned kasi meron siyang carcinogenic effect, like sige na, carbide, calcium carbide, or kanang pampahinog sa mangga. Once na na siya constituent sa panit, anyway, may gani kay ang mangga di na to ginakaon ng panit, no? Kasi pag karburo ang atong ginapahinog ginagamit for pahinog, malamang naa siya kanang nabilin na compounds dito. And then, yeah, and these are all used and produced sa mga fermented products, as I have said, and especially also they are also termed as biogenic amines, which can cause physiological symptoms na histamine, wherein amine is formed from amino acid histidine, and this will cause anaphylactic shock in the blood in large amounts. So it is implicated as dietary induced migraine, no? And sa silages naman, we have Clostridia, which are fungus, which dominates during fermentation. They also have amines, no? And in contrast naman sa mga harmful biogenic amines, meron tayong polyamines, putris, and spermidine and spermine which are very also necessary for the cell, no? So ito yung mga, although harmful siya, pero necessary pa din siya, and they are involved sa DNA, RNA, and protein synthesis, and the regulation and gene expression, enzyme activity, cell proliferation, and cell signaling. So ang dami niyang function actually. And mga metabolic pathways sa lipid metabolism, sa creatinine and carnitine. So I remember my father kasi ang ginamonitor talaga namin until now, and he is 70 years old, yung creatinine niya sa kanyang kidney, no? Pag magtaas na siya kasi polycystic yung kidney niya. So, I guess 3 to 4 times na siya na operate, no? Kasi para kunin yung bato sa kanyang kidney stone. So, that's why regulated lang talaga ang amount ng ating and also ganing nakalimutan ko sa mga terms, but then kanang uric acid yung if taas, no? So iwasan yung maaalat and high in proteins. So these are also supplied by choline or methionine, and we all know these are very important amino acids for also in the process ng transmethylation, betaine, tertiary amine, in oxidation of choline, betaine. So those are just example of terms that are nitrogenous in nature, no? We have lecithin, acetylcholine, methionine for the protein synthesis. And even sugar beets, no? Meron siyang betaine and so on. So meron siya sa fishy aroma, and animal body, betaine, trimethylamine, and so on. So we also have amines aside from amines, no? So amines are derivatives ng amino acid or aspartic acid and glutamic acid. So I hope these words are very common to you kasi meron na kayo di bang general chemistry? Mana mo? By the way, highway. So today is 5/31/22. Okay, so moving on, urea, for example, is the main end product ng is an amine, which is main end product ng nitrogen metabolism in mammals, and they also occur in plants such as wheat, soya, bean, potato, and cabbage. So it looks like this in structure. So yun yung urea. But we also have asparagine and glutamine, no, which are very important amide derivatives sa amino acids, aspartic acid, and glutamic acid. So these are classified as amino acids also. And very important component ng proteins natin which occur as free amides and very important sa transamination reaction. So for protein din yan ng mga reaction. So humans naman and primates, we have uric acid yung sinasabi ko kanina, no, and product ng purine metabolism, and it's found in urine sa ating ihi, no? And this is oxidized into allantoin being excreted sa birds, in subprimate mammals, and in birds uric acid naman. And it's also have for urea functions in mammals. So this is what uric acid look like, and allantoin. So from the urea, uric acid and allantoin. So aside from the amides, we also have nitrates na nasa mga plants, and these are of course not toxic to animals, but when it is in the rumen, yung nitrite nagiging toxic, kaya nga yung nitric, di ba, oxide na sinasabi ko as preservative, meron siyang cancerous siya, can cause cancer. Sa oat naman, it can also cause hay poisoning with large amounts ng nitrate present in green oats. So levels ng mga nitrate are also reported sa heavy dressing na nitrogenous fertilizers, no? So okay, of course, no, ng mga ginapalit nato na 14 complete fertilizer or urea na 40 mo na. And we also have alkaloids. No, they also are poisonous and found in plants, and especially dicotyledons, and this are, however, meron tayong mga important alkaloids, no, like in ragwort, they attack liver organ, and there are also alkaloids in fungus ergot, which grows on cereal grains. So ito yung mga alkaloids na makikita natin sa plants. This we have conine for hemlock, nicotine, tobacco, no, kat bang mga manigarilyo, diba? Muna yung makaitim sa ating ngipin, and resinine for castor. Ito yung merong antibiotic ba yan, or pesticide activity. Atropine, cocaine, so of course sa coca, and jacobine, quinine, strychnine. My God, morphine and solanine sa potato naman. So, in the end, so proteins are really very complex, and we have 20 essential amino acids from proteins, which have very important functions to animals and plants. And we have discussed different structures, which are polypeptide and so on, and their colloidal properties. They can also be simple fibrous globular conjugated, and we have other proteins such as nucleic acid, amines, urea, nitrate, and alkaloids. So do you have any questions or clarification? So Christine. So again, how many essential amino acids do we have out of proteins? Christine or Christian? Or anyone? Justin. Justin is still coming to Sunshine. Jonah.
20, ma'am.
Yes, Shine.
20, ma'am.
20, ma'am.
Yes. 20 or 20 amino acids. So, therefore, Robert, what are these 20 amino acids?
Oh, wala ba ko kung sulod, ma'am?
So, can you just give one, at least out of 20 na may isa ka amino acid?
Yung nitrates, ma'am. Oo, ako.
20 amino acids. Nitrites are other phosphate. So, yeah. Dili siya, aside sa 4 bases, okay, we have a lot, no? Methionine. Basta lahat ng may 9, no? So, anyway, you can always Google naman, no? Anywhere, everywhere, the resources are in the internet. So, wala na may mga questions or clarification before we proceed with vitamins. Anyone?
Wala na, ma'am.
Wala. So, hopefully we can finish this one. But, dami. Pila ni ka page? Oh, gosh. It's impossible. Wala pa man, napamatay more than 10 minutes actually. So, of course, we all know that how many vitamins do we have so far? So we have classification of vitamins, no? They can be water-soluble or fat-soluble vitamins. So fat-soluble vitamins, yun yung A, D, E, and K, or I always memorize them as ADEK, no? A, D, E, and K. And the fat-soluble, those are the fat-soluble vitamins. And vitamin B complex or vitamin C are those water-soluble vitamins. So hypervitaminosis is just in the end is a malnutrition or malfunction caused by vitamins. So first discovered in 1912 by Hopkins from rats given diets of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates and inorganic salts. So using this technique, nakita nila na merong inadequate growth yung mga rats. And with the use ng milk added to the diet, nag-develop siya normally, and this proved that merong factors or other factors lacking in the pure diet which are found, of course, in the milk, no? So they call it the vitamins, no? Or the vital amines, kasi this was coined by Funk, which described the accessory food factors na he thought amino nitrogen, no? But it's only a few that these substances contain amino nitrogen, and the word has been shortened na lang sa vitamins, and generally accepted na siya as a group name by now in the beginning ng 20th century, and recognized already, and in 1753 by the British naval physician, they na-publish itong scurvy, which is the lack of vitamin C, diba? Or using lemon juice ma-cure siya in the 17th century. And with cod liver oil, it can prevent rickets, no? And beriberi in the 19th century caused by the disease in the Far East. And rice grain naman, in polished rice. So ayun. So just a little bit of history and biochemistry of vitamins. These are organic compounds, no? Part din siya ng mga, when we say organic compounds, meron siyang carbon, of course, the COH in the structure, and are required only in small amounts for normal growth and maintenance. Unlike for energy use natin, hindi natin kailangan ng vitamins for energy use kasi they are only found also in our diet in small amounts sa ating mga kinakain, plants and animals, and also they are also needed in our body in lesser quantity. But because of the pandemic, yung ating vitamin C, sobra-sobra na siya, no? Kasi we can even make our vitamin C diet to 200% or 2 times the recommended rate, no? And they are very important sa metabolism ng all organisms. So these are building blocks or energy yielding compounds that are involved or mediators sa biochemical pathways ng ating mga compounds such as the B vitamins. These are cofactors ng enzyme system, but somehow it was still not clear if related siya sa metabolic pathway, if inadequate. And this avoiding explicit vitamin deficiency symptom or general depression or due to subclinical deficiency, some vitamins are added to the diet in higher levels in order to enhance the quality ng animal product, especially sa vitamin D for eggshell strength and vitamin E for prolonging the shelf life. So, sa ating mga animals, especially for poultry, we need vitamin D para sa kanilang eggshell. And of course, if kasi uso na kayo ng mga mental health karon, no? And dili na makatulog because of gadgets and so on, social media. So, B vitamins is very important for your mental health and sleep and pang-relax nimo. And also. So, usually we use vitamins only for supplement in our diet. So, they are in the form of food mixes sa ruminants natin, horses, as well as pigs, poultry, dogs, cats, and are supplemented ng vitamins. Together with mga energy source, protein, para magtaas yung kanilang growth, of course, and also cost of increment will, of course, increase. So for the cost naman, since they are only just needed in small amount, so we only have 10 minutes left. Therefore, yung vitamins are only supplied at levels greater than those shown to be required under experimental conditions. So based sa kanang mga researches. So pag oversupply, meron din tayong conditions like it could be loss, isa dito loss ng vitamin potency in storage, or usually when I talk to my classmate before, yung vetmed siya, pag mag-over consumption ka ng mga vitamins, like for example, vitamin C, so ang nangyayari na we waste lang siya in our body, excreted as waste. So we only just need them in a little amount talaga. So that's why kung nag-supplement ka pa ng multivitamins, tapos you are also at the same time eating vegetables and fruits which are very rich ng vitamins and minerals, so could be sobra na, no? So that's why in our diet, may yung mga food nutritionists, both in humans and animals, are also having a career para ma-measure kung ano lang yung tama, especially sa mga health conscious na mga tao, as well as yung nag-fit, no? Nag-maintain ng fitness. Ano pa? And also, requirements for stress kani pag ano. So we have stress tablets or vitamins, so mostly B vitamins ang na in iron para makasleep ka and para ma-relax yung mind and so on. And for example, fast-soluble vitamins, no, they share absorption mechanisms to compete with each other. So sometimes, like excess ng vitamin A will increase dietary requirements ng vitamin E, D, and K. So pag, like for example, like for me, no, kasi I'm lack of iron but lack pod ko og calcium, and they have like, conflicting. So that's why it's either magsige ko calcium and then come other time magsige ko og ganang iron. But originally, vitamins for supplements were actually isolated for plant products, and yields from sources low in vitamins are very expensive, and yields can be increased when vitamins are produced from microorganisms by fermentation. So, but now they are being produced in a multi-stage chemical processes na controllable na yung mga yields or predictable. So, for example, sa feed meal, vitamin supplement needs be free-flowing, not dusty, mixed homogeneously with other diet ingredients and added only in minute amounts and thoroughly dispersed throughout the mix. And the vitamins must remain stable and biologically available when consumed by the animal. Kasi pag hindi siya stable o parang expired na siya, it's also not incompatible or parang compromised na is reached. So oily vitamins are also absorbed onto silica and like nakakaimong coating is silica and others are coated with microencapsulated na mga antioxidant like vitamin C and other to prevent naman ng breakdown ng mga vitamins na yon na susceptible siya sa oxidation. So that's why it's very important na yung vitamins mo is in the ganing na naitawag ba, nakalimut lang ko, but kanang mga dark colored ng mga bottle, 'di ba? Nakapansin mo? Mostly yung mga gamot natin and vitamins are actually in a dark colored bottle kasi mag-oxidize siya with the presence ng light, ma-alter iyang composition or cold oxidation. So manufacturer use stable na mga derivatives of vitamins like acetate, tocopherol, and alcohol form. So to maintain naman vitamin activity, since it is affected by temperature, as I have said, humidity, acidity, alkalinity, oxygen, and UV light. So these trace elements are usually in combination ng vitamins, minerals, and trace elements na siya. And during the production, hammer milling length of time of the supplement is also stored, no? For example, yung choline chloride can destroy other vitamins during storage na, no? So that is also being considered. So this is a diagram showing the involvement ng mga vitamins sa mga biochemical pathways which is adopted by Roche in Vitec Animal Nutrition, no? So these are again the thymine is one of the essential the 20 amino acids. Ito sila, riboflavin, pyridoxine, niacin, pantothenic acid, biotin, folacin or folic acid, choline, ascorbic acid, EK, and B12. Ayan. So if you notice, this is the Krebs cycle or the citric acid. It is the main if you remember the proteins, protein naman, photosynthesis at saka kanang respiration. So Krebs cycle is one of the major cycle or yung ating chemical metabolism where from pyruvate the glycogen man siguro ni cycle citrate is being produced, no, para magamit ng ating as energy. And along with that, doon na lumalabas yung mga different vitamins. So medyo siya, no, like for example, if you are going to trace the this is for protein metabolism. So mga nucleic acids and these are the folic B1, B2, B12, no? So asa sa gikan pwede pod siya padulong dere sa mga protein metabolism. So yan, those are somehow studied by different authors and these have been published and adopted as biochemical pathway. Now, because there are just simple and because through studies they have found out kung saan sila nagbabranch o saan silang galing sa mga chemical pathways. So I guess we should stop here. If you have questions or clarification, we still have 2 minutes. Shine and Jonah.
Wala na po, ma'am.
Wala na ipangot, Tiana. So actually, wala pa ako nag-send sa inyo haog exam, no? for animal nutrition?
Wala ka, ma'am.
Oo. So, but then I'm still gonna send you katong pang board exam. General exam lang siya. Lang, ha? So, do you have any more concern before we end? We only have 1 minute left and I still have on next class pa. So kung wala na, thank you very much everyone and see you next meeting. Next week naman.
Thank you,
no?
Dean.
Thank you. Si Justin, hantod ka ron, di ka sulod. No? Okay. So, stop ko na ha, although we still have 1 minute. Salamat. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.